Hey everyone, it's Alan from ProTrade. In this video we'll be showing the brand new innovative Lamello Clamex S-20 connector which can be used with any brand of biscuit jointer. We'll be using the Lamello Classic X though. So in this video we'll be using the pack of 80. They do come available in other sizes and kits, but we will just be running through this one. We'll touch on the rest towards the end of the video. In this particular pack you do get the fixing screws required for the connector. You get both halves of the connector, the female and the male part, and the drill and insert jig that's required for the connector. We'll be going through the butt joints and mitre joints with the connector. First joint we'll do will be the butt, and once we've got that sorted, we'll go on for a mitre joint on there as well. So to start with, we'll go ahead and do the butt joint on that. In order to do it successfully, we shall add the additional stop square that's included with the Lamello Classic X. Depending on the joint you're using, will depend on whether you have one or not. Tighten that up on there, and we'll put the fence forward. So before we get going, we'll need to adjust the setting on this to 20. The clue's in the name, it's a Clamex S-20, so set the machine to 20. I'll go ahead and do the 4 slots and we'll proceed from there. So the 4 grooves have been done. We're going to make a start by putting the female connectors into the surface of the wood here. The reason we do that is should you make a piece of furniture that then needs to be flat packed, it can be stacked up on with it being flat. If we were to put the male part of the connector there, you would have the little pins sticking up, so you won't be able to stack on top of it. So what we'll do, we'll put the connector on the end of the insertion tool that comes with it, and we shall place that into the groove. Now what we're aiming for is not to be completely flush. There'll still be a mil or so gap there, but it does need to be roughly level. If it's not, you simply take your hammer and give it a little tap on the shoulders, get it about right, and we can remove the insertion tool and put the screws in. So once the connectors are in, you then need to put the fixing screws in. We'll simply hold the connector in place, go ahead and put one screw in nice and slowly, don't need to go too fast. Leave that a little bit loose, put the second screw in, and then tighten them up so they're both equally drove in. On the other side, we're then going to need to have the access for the male side of the connector. For that, you simply slide the drill jig into the groove you created, and we'll drill a hole down into here. Now it's worth noting, the 80 pack as standard does come with the insertion tool and the screws, but it doesn't come with a drill bit, so you will need to use your own drill bit for that. We'll go ahead and mark that. It's worth noting you can put the access hole on either side of your material, so depending on if you want it on the inside of your carcass or outside of the carcass, you can put it where you wish. And there you have it. Now, as just like the Clamex, if you were to be using the P-System Clamex, the access hole for the Allen key is only on one side, so do make sure that aligns up with the hole you've created. And again, put them in, make sure they're level. Give them a tap if required. And again, we'll put the fixing screws in to hold that in place. And there we are, got them fixed in place. With the piece system on the Lamello, you do get a bit of lateral adjustment. You do with these, but you can't put it in and slide it. If you put it in and you're slightly off, lift it out, move it over, you do have a little bit of adjustment just on these little pegs that stick out. We'll go ahead, drop that in, give that a tighten up with the Lamello Flex tool. We've got perfect joint using a biscuit jointer. Okay, so that's the butt joint complete. We'll move on and show how to do a mitre joint on the machine now. So what we'll do here is take off the additional stop square and we'll put the fence up to 45. Now we're still going to leave the setting on 20 because it's the same biscuits, Clamex S-20s we're using. It will simply be we're machining on these edges here. So if I go ahead and put the 4mm packer on the front plate, I'll do the 4 cuts and we'll show what to do from there. Okay, so that's the 4 grooves created on there, and obviously they're going to be joined up like so. In this instance, I'm thinking I should put the hole on the inside of this panel. So what I'll do is insert this part into the groove, make sure it's in there quite central, and I'll go ahead and drill the access hole for the connector. That's the same drill jig / insertion tool, whether it's a butt joint or a mitre. You simply slot it in, get it level, and your holes will all be aligned. And they have the access holes there for the male part of the Clamex. So we'll go ahead and start with those. Okay, so I've put all the fixing screws in there now. All we'll simply do is align them up, slot them together. I'm going to use the Lamello Flexi tool that comes with the starter set, which we'll run through shortly. If you were to buy just the pack of 80, it does come with a standard Allen key. Perfectly fine to use that. The only thing that is never recommended is use a ball end one. Always make sure it is an actual hex end on there. We'll put that in here. Connect those, and there is one mitre joint using Clamex S-20. Okay, so this set here in front of it is the professional Lamello Clamex S-20 set. Inside this sustainer you get the Lamello Flex tool, you get the professional drill jig, a little more adjustable. You also get drill bit, depth stop, an Allen key to adjust the depth stop, and a pack of 80. Now that's the same pack of 80 we've just been using. So if you were to get this set, you do also get the standard drill jig, you get a standard Allen key in there as well, the screws, the fittings. Now if you don't want to go out and get the professional set here, you can buy just the pack of 80. Other than a drill bit, you're pretty much ready to go. These also come as a pack of 300 and 1000. And hey, if you only want to buy a pack of 80 but you do want the flexi bit, everything is available separately, so you can build a kit to whatever you wish. If you enjoyed this video, please do give us a like, and to keep up to date with future videos, be sure to subscribe. See you on the next video.